Hey YouTube, this is Mr. Audacious25. I haven't done my deck profile yet, so I thought I'd do that now. I've already done my roommates, so. I'm going to be going to a regional up in Fargo, North Dakota next weekend, and I think I'm going to bring out my Gravekeeper deck because I haven't been able to use it at a regional yet for this current format. So let me just get into my deck video. Beginning lineup's pretty standard. You got the 3 commandants, or commandants, however you want to say it, I'm not really sure. 3 spy, 3 recruiter, 3 descendant. Sometimes I run only 2 if I'm going to try to fit in other tech cards, but this is a pretty standard build that I kind of work off of when I want to change it up. 2 assailants and 1 gale. Those are monsters. 3 Necro Rally. Royal Tribute to them. 2 Steel. 2 Wonder Wand. I do like Wonder Wand. Sometimes I think I'm switching out for other cards, but to start off with, I'm going to work with 2 Wonder Wands. 3 Pod Duality. Then 1 book, 1 dark hole, and 1 heavy storm. A lot of people I know probably don't run heavy storm in their Gravekeeper decks. I like running heavy storm just because if my opponent has a bunch of back row and I know I can go for a game in a turn, and I probably ditched a commandant for Necro Rally in my hand, even if I already have one on the field. So it doesn't really bother me if I heavy out my own Necro Rally to get through their back row in order to get to game. Some magic cards. Trap lineup. Solemn Grade. 3 Dimensional Prisons. 2 Compulsory Activation Devices. I like Compulse more than I run Bottomless, probably just because of chainable effects. Also, I really don't like the Zen mains and the Synchro Monsters, especially now. Some of my friends play 6 Samurais, and I don't like their Shiens and their Beasts. Gotta get those off the field. Maybe they'll try to attack, I Compulse, negates Compulse, and I'll deprison it. I don't know. 2 Starlight Road. Sometimes I'm thinking about knocking it down to just 1. You know, not really sure. And finally, just a Mirror Force that I can probably switch out Mirror Force and Starlight Road with some other cards. Speaking of other cards, I switch this deck up a lot. So I don't know. I like give me some comments and what you guys think is good. I like to switch out a lot for Malefic Stardust. This isn't really my side deck. This is just cards that I switch out a lot because I'm not really sure how I want to run it. I know Regionals is in a week, but we'll figure that out when time comes. Maining Stardust, sometimes I like that. Other times I've tried maining 2 Fossil Dyna. Maining the 2 Fossil Dyna is really interesting. Some people, they really are kind of weirded out when you play a Fossil Dyna on your first turn, and they're just like, where the heck is that coming from? With a Fossil Dyna, if I have my Fossil Dyna in, I love throwing in Safe Zone and Safe Zoning my Fossil Dyna. That makes a great lockdown combo right there. Usually I don't have the Safe Zone in. Sometimes I've teched the Safe Zone in just to throw in my Gravekeepers. I don't have Forbidden Lances. If I had Forbidden Lances, I'd put it in. I'm thinking of picking up another Safe Zone because I only got 1, and I know they jumped like $5 in price in the last 2 weeks just because of the Ninja deck with the White Dragon combo. Other tech card, Dark Arm Dragon. You play a lot of darks, and sometimes it's just nice to have a big beater. With Dark Arm Dragon, I like I've been trying out some Grave Control. If I put in my Dark Arm Dragon, I like to test out my Rite of Spirit just to get some more Grave Control, and it's always nice to have flip a Rite of Spirit and get your Recruiter back, and then equip it with your Wonder Wand, pop it, grab 2 cards, and it helps sometimes. I'm not really sure if I really want to run this in the main. I still need some testing, so we'll see how that goes. By the end of the week, I'll probably decide on something. Other main trap choices that I'm playing around with are Torrential, Trap Dust Shoot, and Deck Devi Virus. Deck Devi Virus, if I do my Stardust Malefics in the main build, I like to have my Deck Devi in there just because it gives me more options with a higher attack monster to use Deck Devi with. I would only run one if I run any, so I don't know. Trap Dust Shoot. In the recent weeks, I know everyone's like, oh, it's such a great card, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, really the times that I've actually gotten it right at the beginning of the game is really minimal, and the times that I get it mid-game where I can't even use it or it's just really not that helpful, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, get out of here. Torrent, you really don't have that many monsters in the Gravekeeper deck, and I mean, it's really awesome if you get to Torrent your Recruiter. Usually that doesn't happen, and we can't spam out monsters fast enough that I'm okay with tributing off 2 of my monsters if I have them on the field. So recently I've kind of gone away from Torrent in the Gravekeeper build. So, and lastly, MSTs. You do have your Recruiter and popping back row cards. And I know people used to run less back row at the beginning of the format, but I'm seeing a lot more back row towards the end of this format. So maybe in the weekend I might throw in the MSTs. They'll definitely be in my side deck, or extra deck, whatever you want to call it, if anything. I don't know, I'm thinking about putting one in my main deck just because the back rows are really kind of pissing me off. And Allure and Mind Control. I love Mind Control in the Gravekeeper deck. I probably fit it in more than most of the other cards I'm testing out. Mind Control, you know, I think it's probably going to get banned, so I'm dipping it out and trying to not rely on it because I think it's going to get banned. I don't know, I wish it wasn't because I think it's a good card to keep the meta or whatever in check. So people just don't keep throwing their monsters out there because I'm just going to take in XYZ for it. Or Exceed, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I think it's going to get banned though, so I'm trying not to rely on it so much. If this isn't banned, then I'm definitely maining this when I continue to play Gravekeeper's next format. Allure Darkness. If I have my Dark Arm Dragon and my Malefics in, having more monsters, I'll have this in as well. But if it's just my Gravekeepers and maybe a Gale, alluring and losing one of my darks is really kind of a bigger hit than I want to take most of the time. We'll see what happens next format. I think I'm going to play this deck more than I have been this format just because I'm hoping that some stuff will change with the amount of back row being played or the heavy storms and MSTs. And mostly I really want Royal Oppression to come back. That's what I'm hoping for, that Royal Oppression comes back. I know a lot of people don't think it will. Some people really say it's going to or not. I guess we don't really know until it actually comes out. But if it does come out, I am definitely going to be playing Gravekeepers. You know, with the 3 MSTs and the heavy, the only thing that really changed was the heavy, but with the heavy comes the Starlight Road. So a lot of people say, oh, the Gravekeepers were terrible this format. It's like, you know, I don't think people really gave them a chance this format, because even in the last format, people always sided in their Dust Tornadoes. So it didn't really matter that MST was at 3, because people just threw in their Dust Tornadoes anyway. So it's really the only change was the heavy storm, but then you throw in Starlight Road, and you know it's okay. It's like whatever, you can heavy storm me. I'm just gonna have my Starlight Roads in the back, unless I put my Starlight Roads down to 1. Then it's kind of more of an iffy chance. But please give me some comments. I love feedback. I want to know what you guys think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna try to get more videos up. Pretty new to doing the whole YouTube thing, so just tell me what you think, even if it's something about changing the way I do my videos. I would love some feedback. Alright, have a good day, guys.